I am running for mayor, City of Venice, so I wanted to put out a video that looks at a metaphor, and we're going to use chocolate milk for that because everybody loves it. They prefer it over white, generally speaking. And if you think about it, I mean, who wouldn't love chocolate milk? The sugar-induced jolt that you get from it and everything that's good. And in this analogy, in this metaphor we're looking at, it's the milk. Chocolate milk represents the three issues that everybody's focused on, that the individuals are talking about. The environment, specifically red tide, along with the other issues that are out there. This is something that I've worked to expose with the government's lack of response and contribution to the problem for over 10 years via The Scoop. Something that the local City of Venice, Mayor Hollick, Clench, all these guys said I was lying, I was wrong, and it came out they weren't even testing the water, and they were basically not being honest with the public. A lie that goes back to 2012 when Bob Daniels was in the Herald Tribune talking about how the outflow were contributing to pollution, but the money was just too much to take care of it. Inaction ever since then. And that's going to be the story that you'll see most of the time in the campaign, is inaction, where things were noticed, action not taken. Fiscal responsibility from the salaries being paid to fleet management. So fiscal responsibility is huge. It's I've written an article on the salaries, actually two of them. Fleet management, just the other day I wrote it. Again, an issue that I've covered with The Scoop for over 10 years. And lastly, it's development. The call has always been for sustainable development from my side of the house. It's gotten me hated by many of the developers that are out there. It's unrefuted. Nobody could say that I am not for sustainable development. What that means is not changing ordinances from residential to commercial, basic stuff like that. Considering infrastructure, the whole picture. Now, you can't always do anything about it. I get that. But looking at the whole picture and seeing what can be done, perhaps not going in certain directions. The other thing is basically not turning the city into Little Naples. You know, you hear a lot where council members want to put out fact sheets saying, well, the state's dictating what we can and can't do. In some cases, that's true. They just passed a law basically saying that the states and counties can't tell the developer they have to set aside X amount of development for affordable housing. Something Sarasota County and City of Venice were doing. And they were having issues because it was confusing and it was problematic. But on the other hand, you have ordinances that come out where the city pushes it out, like on Seaboard, and it's an ordinance revolving around development. It's not a state issue. State law is not pushing that whatsoever. That's on Seaboard, where they're trying to build their little river walk with condos and all that stuff. And then the other cases on roads. In the comp plan, they push to move it from D to an E before they have to take action. Again, that's with development. They're not looking at the big picture, and they're looking at just what can we do to say, yeah, we can put this development in because the road's a D, and we get it to we can do this until it's an E, stuff like that. All right, and it's stuff I covered. Nobody paid attention, but it was put out there. So for this metaphor, like I said, chocolate milk equates to the basket of goodies: environment, fiscal responsibility, sustainable development. You have three choices for mayor. You have this individual that just came on the scene. Just came on the local scene. He's been on the national scene, on national issues for a while. He lives here in Pine Brook with me, Ron Fonzad. He states that he loves the chocolate milk, yet we have never seen him drinking it out in public. So to the average individual, to myself looking in from the outside, we would think he is not that keen on chocolate milk as he is saying. And we just don't see him actively promoting his affliction for said chocolate milk. Then you have Bob Daniels. He loves chocolate milk. Honestly, he loves it. But we've only seen him drinking white milk for the past 9 years that he's been in office. So why, honestly, does he love it? Is it because he's running for mayor and he's got this sudden affliction for chocolate milk? And even then, we see behind the scenes, he's still sneaking the white milk. Now, a good example is I wrote an article on Red Tide when he said, we're going to push to ban fertilizer. Well, he knew that he couldn't because of the state laws would trump any of this thing we were pushing here. And he was saying that because he knew it. He was being very political. I wrote an article. I said, I warned everybody, beware of this wolf in sheep's clothing. But nobody paid attention. So does he have a true passion for chocolate milk? Or does he have a true obsession, passion to become the next mayor? Then there's me. I enjoy chocolate milk. I've been drinking it for the entire time. I have a proven track record. And I say 10 years because that's what it comes down to, folks. Proven track records. You know, you got Ron. Nothing's out there with him drinking chocolate milk. Chocolate milk, again, being pushing to for sustainable development, for locally an environmental policy that won't destroy everything from the red tide to Florida-friendly landscaping, all that stuff, and fiscal responsibility. Bob Daniels, I'm putting together a report that looks at where his votes have been for the last 9 years. It's a lot. You got to go through all these meetings. And so far, there's been, 5 or 6 major environmental conversations that have come up, and he's voted against them every time. Yet, he's trying to tell everyone that he's a huge environmentalist. So it comes down in November, actually before then, because a lot of this this election, basically only Venice is going to have stuff on the ballot. So there's not going to be a lot of people showing up. Even in a normal election process, the people who will show up they do it basically in a mail-in ballot, and those start before the actual election. So you'll see a lot of this starting to heat up. We can't actually put out yard signs or anything like that until I think August 24th. I'm not out there actively raising money, so I'm not a huge believer in yard signs. I'm going to walk around the neighborhoods, hand out flyers and stuff like that, and show up to the forums and some of the debates, and we'll see what happens. Will the people? I warned everybody about Holic 3 years ago, and everything I said came true. Everything. Nothing was wrong there. He denied a lot of it, and you guys went with him, and look what happened. 3 more years of destruction to our city. So, do we want it again? Bob Daniels is a puppet of John. Ron, I wish I could tell you what he's a puppet of or what he believes in, but right now, I just don't think he loves that chocolate milk. All right, everybody, this has been Frankie Abbruzzino. Send people. I'm going to put this on Facebook, YouTube, and my site, the uncensoredreport.com, or my election website, frankieabbruzzino.com. So share them with everybody and get the word out. Have a great day.